Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Pleasantry podcast. What's our first story, Seb?
Tesla
Tesla Cybertruck.
Cybertruck.
I love it.
Yeah?
You like it?
I think it's alright. I'm pretty neutral.
Yeah. There was divided opinion, as we all know. Windows smashed. I think most people are starting to like it now. When you compare it to the render that we have on the screen next to it,
Yeah, this one.
it is a contrast, and it makes me not. It makes the other one look more goofy. Like, click on the other one now. Like, it just doesn't. It's not good to have it side by side. Like, it starts to look really weird.
Did Tesla produce this render themselves? Or is that what
No,
other people thought it was going to
that's
look like?
just Tesla haven't released anything.
Okay, so where is this from? Because I've seen this a lot.
That's just somebody who's just made it.
Somebody just
Somebody random just decided
okay,
that
okay.
there's loads of renders, but that image looks good. The one underneath.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a better angle. I think with the smashed windows and the lighting, it just looks really fucking goofy in that other one. But no, I think it looks cool.
So, like, what was the problem with the windows and why did that happen?
Well, they basically had been throwing metal balls at it a lot before bringing it on.
Right.
But there's also speculation that it was deliberate.
Okay. Why would that be?
To draw enormous attention to it, because like that's just all over the place. I don't know though. It kind of feels like it seems a bit risky to do that. It seems like quite detrimental. Like it doesn't look good, but it got everyone talking about it. So who knows?
I mean, it deflected whatever they threw at it.
Yeah, it didn't actually go through.
It will keep your family
Considering
safe.
they've been throwing balls at it loads.
Yeah.
And then like that is all that actually happened. Like it didn't shatter really. It just held together. Like that's not a typical. If that was a normal car window, it was shattered completely.
Yeah.
Because car windows don't have plastic on the inside.
No,
not
only
like a
the
windscreen.
front windshield does.
Yeah, like car windows shatter.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty good. They're saying they made the glass like it's their own thing. He called it like metal glass or whatever, which not so sure about that, but it's pretty cool. Didn't go through. There's probably lots of layers of glass, which is why I think it didn't go through. But yeah, so they're selling different versions of it. They've sold apparently since I last looked from a couple of days ago, 200,000 have been ordered, and 40% of them are 3 motors.
Right.
Which is the most expensive one. Oh yeah, and it only costs $39,000, which is really cheap. I was thinking this truck might. It's unlikely, but I think it also kind of maybe is that it's not going to be available in Europe, because European laws on cars are way tighter in terms of safety and crumple zones. There are quite a lot of American cars. There's a Nissan sports car. I can't remember the name, but it's got little fins on it.
Right.
And it's not allowed in Europe.
Because of the fins?
Yeah, the fins are like deemed dangerous. For like if you were to crash into somebody, it would cause unnecessary damage to the person. Rather than just like knocking them over, like these fins or blades would like cut up somebody like quite pretty badly. So I don't know. It's a pretty sharp looking car. It might not be allowed. Like where are the crumple zones? It's made out of steel. Like there's no crumple zone on that.
However, from a business point of view, it's so much easier to manufacture those straight lines than curves.
Yeah.
So he's saving a lot in terms of the factory and production.
Yeah. Because they just have to fold it. Because curves are really hard to produce, especially mass produce, and get robots to do. Like that's literally just a sheet of metal is going in, and then it's just being folded. Like it's literally just something just going into it like that and pushing it into a mold, and it's just formed. Which
is why the price can be so low.
They also released a quad along with it.
Okay. I haven't seen that.
So you can look it up. It's I don't know how much it costs. I'm not sure you can order it yet. But it fits in the back, obviously.
Oh wow.
And it charges when it goes in the back. Also they have there it is. They have 500 miles of range.
Now that does look pretty good.
Yeah. I think that's pretty cool.
That's quite futuristic.
And it's got like the same lights, the bar lights.
Is it called the Blade Runner, or is that what someone else has said?
I don't know if it's... Oh, it might be called the Blade Runner.
I think it might.
That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, look, it looks pretty cool. And that tailgate that's all built in, like, that all slides out. And he drove it straight up. It was like this. the tail thing opened like that. It was like that steep, and the quad just went straight up it, like no problem. Pretty cool. And it's got all like rails in the back of the pickup, so you can like mount like camera gear, and like MKBHD was saying about it, how it's got the rails are going to be really good. Also, that picture isn't a concept, that's real.
Okay.
They're going to sell that.
Nice.
That whole kit looks pretty nuts. Look at the suspension on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So, don't think I've got anything else to say about that now. I want one,
Yeah.
but who knows?
The verdict is Jake.
The
likes
interior. Oh, the interior is cool. It's got like I don't actually know, but I think they were saying it's like marble on the dashboard.
it. Right.
Like, I don't know if it actually is marble, but it could be. There it is. Like, look at it. That's the real interior. MKBHD
wow.
MKBHD was saying that's marble. I don't know where the airbags are. It must come from over the top or something.
So is the dash all on this monitor? Or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, it's all on the monitor.
And that's in the middle. That's strange.
Well, it's like that on the other Teslas.
Oh.
The Model 3, I think, has got the same setup with just one screen in the middle. Which is probably, I think it's probably takes a couple of days to get used to that,
Yeah.
especially from driving conventional.
Yeah, because it's so like instinctive.
And you have to like, and
look
then the
where it's
Tesla
always
car,
been.
you have to open the glove box through that screen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, which seems a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, that overkill, I would say.
Yeah, I don't think it's that hard to get to though. I think it's literally like 2 taps away and it opens. That's inside the truck, Tesla truck.
It's looking more
That's
like
coming
a
out next-
plane.
That's coming out next year apparently. An aeroplane. Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah.
All right, should we move on to our next topic?
Cool.
I don't know what it is. Joker review.
Yeah.
This is a bit late.
Yeah. So, Jake didn't like it. I did.
Yeah.
The internet mostly agrees with me.
Why did you like it?
I think I was expecting just the standard factory template superhero or supervillain villain film that is just explosions and punching and shooting, which I'm actually quite bored of now. Avengers Endgame, I watched it, it was fine, but there's this, I'd say, not so much content compared to, like, this had a story.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was better than a lot of stuff that's been out from everyone. I just didn't find it. I didn't think enough happened.
Yeah, there are a lot of scenes which are very slow, but it's supposed to be because it's illustrating his life, the monotonous feeling.
But even the stuff that did happen, like the scenes, like, you know, when he was on the TV. Spoilers, obviously. Not that anyone gives a shit.
Yeah.
But when he was on the TV and he shot the guy.
Yeah.
On TV, like, they're pretty epic moments, and they're like quite shocking because the way they play them out. And I think okay, like, if it wasn't done the way having it very slow like that means that there's always big build up to stuff, but you're not quite sure what's gonna happen. And like the scene in his house where he's like killing everyone in his house.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it being very plain makes these moments like highlighted.
Yeah.
But they're like the only bits of the film I remember.
Well, the very end in the police car when there's the whole riot happening and they free him.
Yeah.
And he stands up on top of the car and everyone's cheering him.
Yeah.
That's the climax of the film, I would say.
No.
No?
I don't know. I hardly remember that. The only bits I remember is the guy getting shot in the head on TV and the murder scene in the house.
Okay.
That's it. That's why I didn't like it. Just because I couldn't don't remember the rest. It was so uneventful that it just was like, what the hell did I just watch?
I suppose if you haven't connected with the character at all,
No, I did.
all of those empty moments are going to feel very empty.
Yeah, but I just don't remember them. They just felt like a really dull film. It just felt too dull. Like, I appreciate it as being a work of art, but as a film, it's shit.
Okay, well,
Like, as a story, great, but as a film, shit.
I liked the fact that it was so different to what I was expecting, I would say. That's what made it really good for me, mostly because I was expecting
I don't really. Yeah.
the standard American film that's all shooting and not much
From
plot.
the trailers, I don't know. I kind of thought it was going to be like this, but I didn't think it was going to be as boring.
Okay.
But I thought it was good, like, because Batman's a bit like it. They're all a bit similar in the way they're just boring films.
I don't know. Batman is definitely more action oriented.
Yeah, it's still boring.
This is the insight into his mind. And also, one thing I didn't notice when I watched it, that people have discussed in reviews, is that you see the entire film through his point of view. And there's one section where the lady who lives across the hall from him, they're apparently seeing each other, or she really likes him. But then later on in the film, she's like, "Why are you in my house? Who the fuck are you? Get out." And so he's sort of lying to the audience in what he's showing you. He was
Right.
portraying it as one thing when that's actually not the case at all. She doesn't know who he is.
So he went in there and like raped her, maybe.
I don't think so. I think he was just sitting in there and she came home, and she asked him to leave and he did, as far as we know. But what he's showing you is not always, you can't trust him as a storyteller, but the entire thing is shown from his point of view, which I thought was very interesting as well.
It's got a 93% rating.
Who's that on?
Google.
Just Google.
Scroll down a bit.
So,
Oh wait, Rotten Tomatoes.
like,
Click
yeah,
on that.
Rotten Tomatoes is only 69, Metacritic 59,
Yeah, because
but then IMDb.
go on Rotten Tomatoes, because Rotten Tomatoes has 2 ratings. Superb. Scroll down. Oh wait, it might. Yeah, no, scroll down. Okay, so you've got the audience score of 88%.
Yeah.
So the audience rated it more, and then obviously tomato meter is 70. But I don't know. I just That's all I got to say about it. It's shit. But the guy getting shot in the head was alright.
Yeah?
Yep. Right, next.
I liked it. I connected with the character. I think the insight into and the message of mental illness is quite an important one.
Well, survival of the fittest, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah, fucking right, next.
Alright then.
Mandalorian. Okay, so I love it. Alright? However,
Yeah, okay.
first episode, what do you reckon? Banging.
Um
It was set in the scene, alright?
Yeah,
It wasn't amazing, but it was set in the scene. Had some cool stuff. Second, third episode, they were equally amazing. Like, that's what really got me into it. I watched the first one, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I watched the next one. Okay, no, this is really good. And then I watched the third one, and I was like, okay, this is a banging series. I can't wait to watch the next one. How did you feel about the first 3?
I would say it hasn't resonated as much with me, and I feel like it keeps going instantly between amazing production quality, super visually impressive, and then all of a sudden the costumes and everything will just look super tacky in just one shot, and it will ruin the atmosphere for me and bring me straight out of it.
Oh, weird.
But then they'll look over like a sunset or something and it'll look amazing again. And then I would say also
I haven't really noticed that.
the writing, sometimes it's just feels super cheesy for
Okay.
a line, and then it's fine again.
Okay, the first 3, I hadn't noticed anything about the writing. I just watched it and I really liked it.
Hmm.
The third one is when I started to notice, like, it being a bit weird. There was more. It seemed more cheesy.
Yeah.
This fourth episode, and just stupid. Like, there were just so many things. I was just like I was just trying to, like, I didn't really want to critique it because so far I've just been enjoying it. It was just it's a fun series.
Yeah.
And like Baby Yoda's just like a bit of fun.
Yeah.
But this one, there was too many obvious things that were just like ruining it for me.
Like what?
Well, when they were fighting, it just seemed like he would clearly win, because he just fucking, as soon as he saw it, just flamethrower gunner.
I don't know. He didn't. They were pretty.
He
on
tried.
par. He tried, but
So why would he then decide to do it rather than just instantly? And then when they were fighting, it was just like she would somehow flip him over his shoulders just randomly, and then like strangle him. Fuck. And like, I don't know. He's got like armor on, and he's like taking these punches. Like, he wouldn't.
I didn't
He wouldn't
notice
take those
the
punches.
sound effect when she punched him in the face was like a
Yeah.
but
okay.
he's got a metal like
Yeah.
mask on.
It's like,
It was just completely the
what is
wrong
his arm?
sound.
What was the point of his armor?
A lot of it, like the sound design did not match
Yeah.
what was happening.
Okay,
It's quite
and then,
funny.
like, what was the other thing? Okay, so the actual like fight scene,
Mm.
all right, the big fight scene.
Between
Well, the
him.
big robot
Oh yeah.
coming in,
Okay.
right? So they somehow managed to outrun a giant robot with legs like the size of an entire house,
Mhm.
right? Somehow. I mean, fair
Yeah.
enough, all right? They managed to wind through the trees.
Cardio.
Yeah, they managed to run through the trees. Fine. They get there, all right? They get behind the defenses. And then oh, they trained them to fight with spears, sticks against people with guns. Are you mad? These guys, they trained them in what, a day?
Yeah. Half an hour.
They dug a massive hole in a
Mhm.
day. I'm probably wrong. It probably was a couple of days, but still. Also, just the general fight scene. In what, you know, when they went to that building with all the big like hot tubs full of juice.
Yeah.
That, I don't know. That just annoyed me. That
Mm.
this bomb, all right, that's got a
Yeah.
timer on it.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to have a timer. The timer's there just to add suspense, and it's really bad storytelling when they have something, when they need to use a timer in order to use suspense.
Yeah.
Because he could easily just put a bomb in there and it'd be remotely activate. He could just run out and remotely activate it. But they've added that in to add suspense. But you know they're gonna win.
You know they're going to leave before.
You know
it
they're
goes
gonna
off.
win.
and it's always like cut super close. They're halfway out
Yeah,
the door as it goes
it's
off.
it's too predictable.
Because
and-
it happens too often.
And basically, because they did that, it just ruins the rest of it now. Because I just sat there knowing Yoda's going to be fine. They're both going to be fine.
Mm.
The main character, you just know the main characters are going to be fine, which
Yeah.
just makes it you just suddenly lose. There's no suspense anymore. Anyway, back to the fucking man, the big robot.
ATST.
Yeah. Typical aim. For some reason, all right, the robot. I know it is controlled by a human inside, so it's not. Why wasn't it just shooting? It came up and then stopped. Rather
Yeah.
than just continuing to chase them, it just stopped, shone the torch around, not shooting anything. Like, what's the point in that? And then, just, I don't know. It just annoyed me because I already knew that they were going to kill it,
Yeah.
and because the storytelling so far had been so predictable that you just predict what's going to happen, and then it does happen, and it's just so anticlimactic.
Yeah.
And also that girl having good aim, that just annoyed me, because it was meant to be like an epic. What do they think? They think that the viewers are gonna be like, wow, she's really like cool. Oh yeah. Oh wow. And, like, they're trying to like get you to. Oh, it's just annoying. It's so stupid. And he's like falling in love with her. It's like, damn, she can shoot. I like that in an alien woman.
Isn't she human?
I don't fucking know.
I think so.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you go ahead and go. I just didn't like this episode, and actually, it reflected that in the ratings.
Okay.
It rated where it was like 85% or something, whereas the other episodes were like 95%.
Yeah. I've kind of felt this like constantly, even just the difference between a shot in the same scene, it will just go from tacky and cheesy to super well done production and good story
Yeah.
arcing. So it's very hit and miss.
This is a bad episode. I hope it recovers.
It probably will. I
They're
think it will.
filming a second season.
How many
Also, I don't
episodes
think
are
I
there?
like her as an actor. She seemed to. I think
Which
she. I think she
character?
was in the female one that he was fighting.
Okay, the fighting one, yeah.
She seemed to act. She was in Deadpool, I think. All right. And
I'm not sure if that's the same person.
I think it is. I think it is the same person.
Should we look?
She literally plays the exact same character and plays it the
Mm.
same way, and that like that's. But I didn't like it. Like the way she was acting, just seemed like she was acting all cool, like she was like super mysterious and like a powerful woman, and it just felt
it
so
her?
forced. Yeah, that's her. I don't know what it was. It was like it just seemed so ridiculously cheesy.
She is in Deadpool, it is.
Yeah, it is her.
Well
She,
done.
she literally plays the exact same character in the Mandalorian and in Deadpool. It's like that's all she can play. It just it just annoyed me.
Yeah, some people are very good at just one thing and they will always play that. Like, Tom Cruise. He
Yeah.
just plays Tom Cruise. Or
Yeah.
Jason Momoa. He's always just the giant who
Yeah, big man.
can rip you into.
Yeah. Also, Baby Yoda is a puppet in this.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Sometimes CG for close up.
Yeah, I didn't, and the eyes and stuff. But
Yeah.
I didn't notice in the first 2 episodes. But then I found
Mm.
out online, and now I notice it all the time. But I love the movement.
Yeah.
The movement is so much better because it's animated, and like obviously he can interact with it. So like,
Yeah.
whenever you've got real physics going on, it's just way better than CGI.
Yeah.
You always got that weird like they'll be holding a piece of green polystyrene, and because that's got no weight to it, it just always looks so fucking weird when
Yeah.
you're trying to do CGI with a bit of
Yeah.
polystyrene.
I noticed that when he does pick it up, it's completely still, and whenever it's moving, it's either on the floor or on a table.
Yeah, but I like that.
Yeah, it's funny.
I like that
and it is
because-
enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's that because it just adds like a realistic element.
Does Baby Yoda have a name?
No.
Okay.
And the species isn't even known, so
No, that's true.
it's just Baby Yoda. It's literally its only name.
Did you say before?
Yeah.
It is the real Yoda's child. Is that something we know, or
no? I think it's something
speculation?
to do. It's either a clone of Yoda or it's
Okay.
Yoda's child.
Right?
And I think the First Order or whatever they're called in this, the dark side people. I think that's who they were. They were trying to clone it.
Right.
I think that's
Okay.
the theory. I could be wrong, but I think they're just trying to clone it and make more of them, because they're really powerful. But it's either one. It's either Yoda's child or
Is it like the reason that they're powerful because they are more likely to have the Force or something?
I
Because
don't know, I
humans
think-
can have it, obviously.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I guess they're just Jedi's. I don't know though. I literally know nothing about Star Wars.
Cool.
Just like
Same.
critiquing it. All right. What do
Yeah.
we have next?
There was also that we were talking about the stormtroopers. They've gone back to
Oh yeah, but
the
that's
ones
just
that
because
it should be because
yeah.
of where it is
But that's
in the
good.
timeline.
That's good continuity. Because
Yeah.
because obviously the Mandalorian comes straight after the
Mm.
third episode.
Good attention to detail.
Yes. Anyway, what's next?
And YouTube.
Oh
and
god,
COPPA.
fucking YouTube COPPA. Basically,
Explain to me.
on the 1st of December, everybody is going to have to apply to this. We've already had it on our Science with Greg channel. I have to tick a box saying not made for kids. If I'm wrong, they're going to sue us. They're suing both of us, by the way, Seb.
Oh, good.
So, and you are paying half of it if we get sued, motherfucker.
If you tick the wrong box, is that on me?
Well, you can go through and change them if you want. We need to
I don't
start, but we need to like, we
How
said
much do they sue if you get this wrong?
up to 42,000 per video. Imagine,
Wow.
so imagine something like PewDiePie.
Yeah.
And they go through his videos and they deem a bunch of them for kids. He said I think he said 30 or something videos can get claimed by this, and he would have to pay like $1 million.
Oh my god. But
Like-
he could. It would suck.
He could.
but-
What they do is they take a financial look at your company,
Mm.
and then they determine how much they're going to pay, how much they're going to fine you. We're going to be fined because 1, we're not monetized. 2, we have no money.
Yeah.
So our fine might be like 25 quid.
Is it whether the content is suitable for children, or was it if
No,
there's a
it's-
child
it's-
in the video?
It's if a child is watching.
Right.
If your video is aimed towards kids, that means there is probably children watching it.
Hmm.
And basically what happened was you're not allowed to harvest data off of anyone under 13, but YouTube were caught doing this, harvesting data off
Yeah.
kids. So they were fined 170 million, and then COPPA was then revised early. I think it was like 3 years before COPPA was going to get revised. But it's basically just Children's Online Privacy Protection is what COPPA stands for. But basically, so you're not allowed to have targeted ads on your videos that are aimed towards kids,
Right.
because those targeted ads use data to collect what you're
Yeah.
watching.
Why is it below 13 that your privacy is enforced, and then beyond that nobody cares anymore and privacy is dead?
I don't know. It's just like once you're over 13, you're old enough to. Well, when you're 13, you're deemed old enough to understand the difference between an advert and just content. Once you're
Okay.
under 13, they have to pick an age. Realistically,
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
have to. So if you're under 13, you're not able to figure out if something is an advert or if something's just normal content. Like you don't know if you're watching an advert.
Right.
It's basically the principle.
Okay.
So you're not allowed to play targeted ads, which means videos that aren't allowed to play targeted ads will only earn 10% of what they used to.
Mm.
So basically, kids content on YouTube is going to disappear completely, probably, most likely. And everyone's now like, you can't be edgy and you can't be kid friendly, so you have to be somewhere in the middle, which is really weird.
Yeah.
No swearing, because that'll get you demonetized, but
You can't be too nice.
you can't be too nice because that's for kids. We need to take the word family out of our thing.
Yeah, a lot of descriptions have that as a joke.
Yeah,
Family friendly.
I know. We need to now go through that and change it, and then just put
Yeah.
"not for kids" in the description, like, in every single video. And we just need to. Our videos aren't for kids. Like, come on, they're not for kids. Blowing glass, like thermite, that's not kid friendly.
No, it's not. But we've always said, do not try at home.
Yeah,
There's always a disclaimer somewhere.
we don't make content for children. We make content for people like us, our age.
Yeah.
And if children are watching, and there's so much controversy around it, and no one knows what's going to happen yet. Like, we'll have to wait and see on the 1st of January, because it's literally coming into act. It's like going to happen on the 1st, so it's going to be weird. And everyone, like all the big YouTubers, have been talking to their lawyers and stuff about it because it's really scary for them, not for us. We don't have to worry. But what was I going to say?
Isn't the average age of a viewer for Science with Greg like 30 or 40?
No, it's like 18.
Really?
18. Well, from 18 to 35 or something.
Okay.
It's like the
just
big
a
age
range.
groups.
Okay.
Yeah. And obviously, you can't collect data. You're not allowed to have a YouTube account unless you're 13. Which is why there's loads of controversy around this. Because it's like, surely it's the parent's responsibility to monitor what their child is watching. There is a YouTube Kids app that your kids should be going on. That you should be putting them on. Like, you wouldn't just let your child wander around the street on their own. That's basically what the internet is like. There's so much stuff on the internet. You literally wouldn't let your child sit, if they're under that age, just on the internet where they can find anything. Or like be lured in by anything. You just don't do that.
A lot of parents just aren't aware of the internet or how it works because.
But that's bad parenting.
Well, like,
I wasn't aware there was bad people in the world. It's
No.
basically what you're saying. Well, no,
mean,
I'm not
like-
saying that's what you're saying, but I'm saying that's what parents are thinking. Oh, there's nobody bad in the world. I'll just let them wander around the street. You know, it's fine.
they consider YouTube is a huge corporation and a service that must care about its users, so they assume.
Yeah, but they
if,
do.
If
They have a
don't
whole
know
thing. When you're
much about
signing up, if you put your age under 13, you're not allowed to make an account.
Hmm.
Like, it's in place. It's just there needs to be a proper ID system in place.
Yeah, but how can you set that up?
I don't know.
Because with
There's
simple,
I guess
option
I guess
boxes, it
it's you
doesn't.
need to have some kind of, like, for a lot of apps you have to send an ID card. Like, if you want to make stuff, like if you're trading, whatever.
yeah.
I think they're just going to have to do the same thing, where you have to just send your ID off.
But then for the people from the age of above 13 but below 18, there's what kind of ID do you have?
You have to get your parents to create an account for you. So
so
you
so
make
if you're a 16-year-old, you're not allowed to have YouTube.
no, you
without,
are.
without your parents' ID.
Yeah, a parent or guardian has to give you permission. That would have to be the way it is, unless you've got your own ID. I think that's just the way it has to be, for safety.
But
which I think seems fair.
if you're already sending someone else's ID,
No, but
Like-
but the parents would be making an account for them. That already happens. If you're under 13,
yeah,
then your parent will make you an account,
yeah,
and it's for the child, and that's totally legal. And you are allowed to like, kids are allowed to see targeted ads as long as the parents give permission.
right.
That is actually a law. Like, as long as your parents say yeah, it's fine, then the kids can watch it. There's no problem with that. So it's just a massive mess, basically. And the people at COPPA don't seem to really understand YouTube either. That they're all, and also the CEO of YouTube, Susan, she says that a lot of the Congress people that are making these laws don't even have a smartphone.
Yeah,
She goes to court or whatever, and these people have never used YouTube.
yeah.
They've never
that is
even, like,
often the way.
They've never even been on a computer. Like, they don't do that. They have someone else that does, like, computery stuff for them. They probably do, like, phone calls and stuff. They haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
And that's a
It's-
lot of the place in COPPA as well. They don't have a clue.
It's the old generation that does not know technology at all, making decisions on the internet. What
Yeah.
was the thing not long ago?
Net neutrality or
Yeah,
the
net
Article
neutrality.
13?
The people making decisions on that,
Yeah.
they don't
Well,
know
either
anything about
billionaires.
the internet anyway.
They're either billionaires or just people that just didn't have a clue.
Which is quite sad.
Yeah.
But it's the way it is. But eventually they'll die off, and technologically
It'll
knowledgeable
evolve.
people
It'll evolve.
will come up and
Yeah.
take their place.
Although our generation aren't getting good jobs, we're all just becoming either YouTubers or working at Tesco.
Yeah.
Like that's literally what we're at the moment. There's
Yeah.
there's loads of memes at the moment that are like YouTubers with their dads on an airplane, and then somebody will be shouting, "Is anyone on the plane a doctor?" And then
Right, yeah, yeah.
and it's like you could have been a doctor, but like, what's a
Should have been
what's a
you there.
YouTuber
What?
gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, like useless person, which is true. But yeah, cool. We got anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah. All right.
Fade to black.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Pleasantry podcast. Have a pleasantry evening.